Potted flowers are a keen way to give your backyard a unique look for a cooling ambiance. Joining us this morning, our cool garden guy with some pro tips on how to do all of that. Dale, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, mate. Nothing better than being out on the patio, maybe on the deck, maybe somewhere cool in the backyard at this time of year. And nothing better than also being close to a body of water. It kind of goes together here in Minnesota, even though we're a landlocked state. A lot of water, a lot of lakes to enjoy. And you can do that in your own backyard. And when you talk about flower pots, the first thing that comes to mind is like, boom, we're going to put some plants in them. Well, yes, that is true, but you can also turn them into a great little DIY fountain kit. So let's take a look at what you need to get started. And I guess I got a couple of examples here of different types of little water gardens, features, fountains that you can create out of a flower pot. That's just a great blue ceramic pot. And I love that blue color too. That is so cooling. If I was just a little bit smaller, I'd probably just dive right in there right now. It's so inviting. Then there's a tiered pot. There's a 2-tiered pot right there, and then also a 3-tiered pot. And the great thing about creating this, it's super easy to do, because a lot of times when these ceramics are shipped, they'll actually do something called nesting pots, and that's exactly what we have right here. You can see that as they ship, to get the maximum use of space, they'll actually have 4 different size pots in one. And yes, maybe you could use the small one to go ahead and put a nice little plant in, but then the other 3, you could actually create that 3-dimensional tiered flower pot. So once you have your pots, what do you need next? Well, quite simply, what I do is start at the bottom, and they make these wonderful little pot toes, and these are key. These are great for just keeping your pots off your deck or off your tile inside, but they also create a nice little space for the power cord to run out the bottom, so that way it doesn't, your heavy pot, if you're using a heavier pot, doesn't pinch the cord. Then of course all you need is a fountain, and this is a pump. This is what will agitate and move the water around and get it up to the tier and flowing for you. It also helps keep the water nice and clean too. So the pump is super important. And then if you, Strummy, come take a look right in here. Of course, we have this pot that has the hole in it right there for drainage for your plants. What I'm going to use is a little stopper just like this. And what this does is just wraps, if I can get my fingers to work. There we go. That just wraps around the cord, and then the stopper, just like a cork on a wine bottle, just keeps the liquid in. That goes right in the bottom there, so that way you get a nice seal. And then from there, it's all about, maybe if you want a little fountain on top or a little feature on top, you could add some water plants. That would be great. There's all different types of pots that you could use. A lot of tin and galvanized is really popular right now. Of course, there are those pots that don't have any holes in the bottom. That would be super easy just to kind of run a cord out of the top. But I actually like the containers that have holes in them, because you can take different types of tubing. There's clear tubing and corrugated. I actually like the corrugated tubing a little better. It's a little stronger. This tends to deteriorate a little more and pinches when it gets hot. It like creates pinch spots just like that. But having that tubing that will just run through the pot, that will help give you kind of a tiered effect, which is just what's going on here. If you come around and look, you can see the piping is just kind of in there, just like that, and it creates a nice little waterfall, a little cascade over the pottery, and that way you get some great ambience, and you're next to that body of water right in your own backyard.
Look at that. Simple as pie. Good stuff. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it, Dale. Good to see you as always. Dale and his pots.